From the center at Sycamore Plaza, the Lakewood Living Channel presents the 1987 Woody Awards.
Of the second Woody Awards has her own community cable success story to tell. She actually began her career cablecasting local news in the city of Brea. Now she's an Orange County reporter for KNBC News in Los Angeles. Will you please warmly welcome a former public access star and our very special guest, Vicki Vargas.
To tell you, I am very impressed tonight. You hear stories, and I know stories of things that happened in, as we don't like to refer to it, small-time TV, cable, community, public access, and I remember the days back in Brea, and it wasn't that long ago. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the second annual Woody Awards tonight. This is a night when you will honor your own cable programs produced by community television producers, and that's something to be very, very proud of. There's one thing to be said about smaller towns. Let's say Lakewood versus Los Angeles. There is a different camaraderie here. There is a different feeling of oneness, and I can see that already tonight. The only difference also with a small town is, well, they told us there would be a limousine to pick us up tonight. It's kind of a big Volkswagen bus, but that's okay. That's okay. I understand. The size of a city often determines its budget. That's how it goes. I did begin my career in community broadcasting in the city of Brea. We had a show called What's News. It was produced, I believe, bi-monthly at the time, and some of the folks on the outside like to call it municipality propaganda. We like to call it news. We had, I guess, a 13-day deadline, very different from what I'm doing now when I get an hour and a half to put a full piece together. But it was a good experience and a good education. That's something I fall back on even now, knowing what lies ahead. And I'm sure a lot of you who perhaps have goals of wanting to be professionals on the networks have some of the same things to look forward to and to look back on from what you've learned here. I also know that for every minute that shows on the screen, you have spent hours producing what will be seen tonight and some of the winners' clips that we'll see. And we know the hard work pays off. There is enthusiasm in the community. You yourselves obviously putting in this time on your own to produce these shows. And then when it all comes together, your programs inform, they entertain, they instruct, and they do a lot of things that commercial programming cannot do. And it might seem like a small audience to you, but there are people out there who think it is a very big achievement. I recall the time when we were interviewing in Brea for the news show, a young softball player, a pitcher, young teenager. And in the midst of this is a true story, in the midst of this, a gentleman came up from behind me. We had just finished the interview. He looked me straight in the face and said, "I know you, I know you." I thought, this is it. I've hit the big time. This man has recognized me from the news program on Brea. And he kept staring at me. I said, "Well, have you seen us on the cable channel?" No, that's not it. And he stared a little bit longer. And I said, "Well, I work at Albertsons." He said, "That's it, 10 items or less." You will be recognized tonight for your achievements, however. Your programs are what Lakewood, the issues, and the community is all about. You're at the heart of this city, and in many ways, this is a medium that no other can match. And that's something you should be very proud of to be a part of. You have the resources, you have the training, and you have the capabilities that a lot of other people don't. And I think just by being here tonight, you show that you are proud to have those things available to you. So tonight I share with you your pride and your hard work, and it is time now to honor the City of Lakewood's programming. There are awards in each of 8 categories, and in all but one, there are 2 awards tonight, one for community producers and then one for the media professionals. Now, the judges have also made special awards to 4 of the programs. And there are winners in the Award of Excellence and the Best Program Award. Programs in the community producer category. They are made for cable casting over Channel 52. That's on the Jones cable system. And there are programs made by Lakewood residents and members of the Lakewood organizations. Programs in the media professional category are made by the Lakewood area colleges, by school districts, and by city governments. The first awards tonight, community event programming. Now these are events which highlight a Lakewood special event or a cultural arts performance. We have two folks now to make those presentations. Please join me in welcoming Matt Kaplan from University Cable and the general manager of Jones Cable, Jim Lynch.
What do you want to do?
Do you have any jokes?
No.
We were told we could tell jokes. I have a complaint. I was told that I'd be presenting with Sigourney Weaver, and
Had to settle for Robert Redford.
shall we move on? That's more laughs than some of the people get at the Academy Awards. We have the first category. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Community Events Programming by Community Producer are VIPS, producers Dave Headwall and Barbara Lindsay, Irresistible Impulse, producer Pete Schutz, and Bright Eyes, producer Lillian Kelly.
Anyone, whether a parent or not, can become a VIP by helping students in the classroom, assisting them with activities, or even working at home. Volunteers know the joy of watching children grow. Get involved. Call your local school and become a VIP.
Revenge is, Mr. King.
Yes, I do.
When Noyes walked out of court a free man, didn't you have strong feelings of revenge toward him?
Yes, of course,
and
but I
isn't
never...
that what made you pull the trigger that night?
No, it is not.
And the winner is Irresistible Impulse, producer Pete Schultz.
Always wanted to say this. Thanks, Mom. I just want to say it's been a real pleasure. Everything we've done, being the set. I don't know why I was the only one on there. It was a joint effort, but it's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Switch places?
I want to tell you that being in Access is a very dangerous job, and I'll tell you why. I just came back from Vail, Colorado for our National Managers Conference, and I was talking to my old boss from Kenosha, Wisconsin. And he said last Friday night that the local origination manager and the Access people in Kenosha were out taping a football game. And he was on the sideline. This is the LO manager running one of the cameras. Well, the quarterback threw the pass, and the guy caught the ball, but the guy that was ready to tackle him missed him, and he smacked right into the LO manager, knocked him right on his back. But the best thing about it is that my old boss has some great footage that he can use now. Really wild. Anyways, the nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Community Events Programming by Media Professional are A Man Comes to Lakewood, The Rehearsal, producer Teresa Johnson for the City of Lakewood, Couturier Symphonique, A Lincoln Portrait, producer Steve Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services, and A Man Comes to Lakewood Part 2, producer Teresa Johnson for the City of Lakewood.
And the winner is... The winner is Amon Comes to Lakewood Part 2, producer Teresa Johnson for the City of Lakewood.
Thank you. I like to say that video is a teamwork, and that if it wasn't part of the crew of Channel 31, I'd like to thank all of them who work with me, that it couldn't be possible. Thank you.
Next category is something that I'm all too familiar with, and that is short format programs. In this case, they're commercials for community events and public services. Short format is our 11 o'clock news on Channel 4 when the producer says, you have a minute 15 to explain 300 minutes of what that politician was trying to tell. To announce the winners in this category, Cable Commissioner Ron McManigal. I did pretty good with the small print here. And we also have, again, your friend and mine, Don Waldy.
Good evening.
Good evening.
No jokes.
No jokes.
One announcement.
One announcement. I have the first envelope.
No, I have an announcement.
You have an
I
announcement.
have an announcement. Councilman,
Charlie McCarthy and Edgar Bergen.
Councilman Wagner was not nominated for this category.
No, he was not.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Nobody got that.
No,
but that's
no, okay. We have the nominees.
They'll build this up.
They'll build this
on
up.
the playback.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah,
playback.
yeah. When they go home, they'll laugh.
Feedback, it's wonderful.
Yes.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Short Format Programming by a Community Producer are Confusion, producer Doris Diaz, Health Occupations Commercial, producers Instructional Media Services of Cerritos Community College, and Dr. Henry Kissentel, producer David Childress. Let's watch.
I need him. I need him. Just leave me alone. I need him. I need him.
It prides itself on achieving and producing the best professionals, meeting challenges successfully, and having a commitment to excellence.
Listen to this. Well, this is a .357 Magnum, the most powerful handgun around. It could blow your head clean off. Now, listen to this. Well, this is a .357 Magnum, the most powerful handgun around. Now, Mommy, it could blow your head clean off.
Well, Ron, who did they pick?
Let's find out. The winner is Confusion, producer Doris Diaz.
I'll let you hand that out, Ron.
First, I would like to call my son, Stanley, and Mara, my daughter Mara. Come over here. Yes, please. You are the producer too. We would like to say thank you to the city. And also, I would like to say thank you to Miss Ale Sanchez, Miss Jennifer Davis, for everything she gave us, you know. She helped us for the whole year, you know, to get through for this program too. And also, I would like to give thank you to the people who helped me to do this program. From Long Beach City College, Mr. Heywood is in the audience. And, well, and I encourage to everyone to express their imagination, their ideas in video program. Go on. Thank you.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Short Format Programming by Media Professional are Alumni Profiles, producer Anthony Brennan for the University Television Services, Cal State University, Long Beach. We have Artesia Rock Climb, producer Robert Kelly for the City of Lakewood. And the last one, we have The Best Seats in Town, producer Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services. And the winner is, oh, I'm sorry, clip first.
Working for a newspaper, I no longer have to hustle getting jobs. All I do is generally take pictures and do photo stories, and almost all of it's pictures of people, which I like. Right now I'm working on a project on the homeless, and that's what I do other assignments, but that's what I'm involved with now.
Almost. What we're interested in is not how well a kid climbs. What we're interested in is that they try, that they accept the challenge, they give it their best shot, they control the fear, and do the best that they can.
Sessions start June 1st and June 29th. Long Beach City College, the best seats in town.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. And the winner is The Best Seats in Town, producer Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services.
First of all, I want to thank the City of Lakewood, which I think has an outstanding commitment to community television, which being neighboring with Long Beach, it's quite a contrast to see it. I want to thank our department, Media Services at Long Beach City College. As everybody has said before, of course, it's a team effort, and it's an incredible team effort. I'm not telling anybody anything they don't already know. And just thank the judges, thank the City of Lakewood, thank Media Services, and all the students and staff that were involved. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we have something that network cannot even compare to. There is no comparison in this category, and that is for specialized audiences. It's an area where cable television far exceeds what networks can do. I mean, can you imagine turning on Channel 4 and watching a program that teaches orangutans how to read Braille? Not that specialized, not that specialized. Tonight, to make the award presentations in the special audience category, please welcome Councilmember Wayne Piercy, and with him, the chairman of Cable Television Commission, Sheila LaTourette.
Well, here we are, Sheila, just like Starlets. Special Audience Awards.
All right. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Special Audience Programming by a Community Producer are MIDI TV, Lawrence Juber, producer Rick Romano. Fundamentals of Drawing, Painting, and Graphics, Perspective Part 2, producer Instructional Media Services at Cerritos Community College. MIDI TV, Electronic Drums, producer Rick Romano. Media TV, Fostex, producer Rick Romano.
Let's look at the clip.
And maybe just a tiny little bit of modulation.
The other telephone poles that I draw will fit within
these two guidelines. All of the poles that I draw. Now you'll notice that through size manipulation, I'm able to suggest depth. These are all little marks on the same flat surface.
I mean, that's a lot more pleasing, and that kind of satisfies everybody. And that's really a good sound, especially when you hear it mixed together.
And the winner is Media TV, Lawrence Jabbar, producer Rick Romano.
Congratulations, Rick.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. I just want to say, without people like Dwayne, Evarts, and all the public access producers, everybody involved, it just wouldn't be possible. And Jim Lynch, he's always saying, "You can do it, Rick, you can do it." I know. There's just too much. You guys are great, and thank you very much. Mark Farley, you're great.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Special Audience Programming by a Media Professional are the Crime Stoppers Sexual Assault, producer Marion Carmichael for the City of Lakewood. Primetime Catalina, producer Teresa Johnson for the City of Lakewood. The 526 Show, producer Long Beach Unified School District for the Lakewood Educational Technology Consortium. Read Me a Story, produced by Linda Price for the City of Lakewood.
Is a survivor. Janet Crook explains why.
They've survived an assault that left them during the time they thought they were going to die. One of the things that most rape survivors talk about is the fact that they thought they were going to die, they thought they were going to be killed.
The casino here on Catalina has become a landmark. The giant structure can be seen coming into the harbor. Its beautiful murals have been restored to how they were in 1929, large enough to hold Catalina's year-round population.
If you have any questions as to what we're doing here on the show today, or with your homework, you can always call our tutors at 437-2859, and they'd be glad to help. Our tutors are available on Mondays through Thursdays from 4 to 7 o'clock, so be sure to call in. Now, today's theme is going to be coordinate graphs. And just to see what you remember, let's get ready for that first flash math.
I woke up to some birds singing outside my window. It was beautiful. So I figure if I build them a house, they'll move in. I think they'd make pretty nice neighbors, don't you?
Do they have a lot of parties?
Oh, Dido.
Well, what does it take to build a house?
How's that for some tough competition?
Very good. I can't even say a couple of those words.
And the winner is the 526 Show, produced by the Long Beach Unified School District for the Lakewood Educational Technology Consortium.
I'm Jill Henricks. I'm Assistant Director of Instructional Resources for Long Beach Unified School District, and for this production I served, I guess by title, as producer. We had a concept that started with the Lakewood City Cable Commission giving us educational channels that all of the school districts here in Lakewood get to share. But the show itself wouldn't have been possible without two very talented teachers. One of them was unable to attend. Frances Sweeney was unable to be here, but Debbie Murphy, that you saw in the clip, is here. Debbie is from the ABC Unified School District, taught all day, and at 4 o'clock had to be on the set, ready to go. So she rushed every day after school down to our office down in what we're 9th and Locust, downtown Long Beach, and made it even through a cold and 1 traffic ticket. Also up here with us is our director, Ron Harris, and there were 4 school districts that were involved in this production, so it wasn't just a Long Beach production. It's produced in our studio with our crew and our staff, but it was a joint effort of both the City of Lakewood, because they helped us financially get the equipment in the schools and the television receivers and the educational channels, but it was 4 school districts, ABC and Cerrito School Districts, Alma Allen, the administrator from that district, the Bellflower Unified School District with Don Edgington, and I don't see Don, and board meeting, okay, and the Paramount School District with Carmela Brown. We're hoping to expand. We did end up also broadcasting by bicycling tapes to Hawaiian Gardens, and we're hoping to continue that. Our show is back in production if we can find enough funding, starting, we're going to go on the air in October with new productions in November. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now a category I'm told was not on the list last year, and that is entertainment programming. And that is one which they tell me brings some new talent to cable television and a new dimension to local television as well. To present the awards in this category, please welcome me in joining some applause here for State Senator Cecil Green and Sheriff's Lieutenant John Anderson.
You know, they told us no jokes.
That they did.
But tonight, I think that you do have a joke, and I think you should tell that joke because it really isn't funny, but maybe this audience will laugh.
They've been easy so far. We might as well try them.
You're right,
But
and
it's-
even those bad jokes got laughs.
But it's not a joke. It's only a story about the mayor. So we surely know that there's
And we all know the
funny.
mayor's not a
There's
joke.
nothing funny about the mayor. You know, I had a conversation with the mayor today, as we do quite often at the sheriff's station, unfortunately sometimes. But we were discussing the bicentennial of the Constitution today, and something came up, and almost in an accusing manner, he said, "Well, you do believe in free speech, don't you?" I said, "Of course I do." He says, "Good, I'd like you to give one tonight at our awards presentation." So here I am. So
That's our
thank you.
mayor.
So thank you very much.
And you know,
Gets me every time.
It's Constitution Day today, and the signing of the Constitution is so dear to all of us. And as all of you know, recently I was elected to this state Senate seat, and I come to you tonight with good news and also bad news. The good news is that last Friday night at 3:30 in the morning, the legislature adjourned. They can't hurt you for 3 months. Unfortunately, the bad news is it convenes again January the 4th. That wasn't really funny.
They don't think it's funny they're coming back, no. We found it rather interesting tonight that they gave a representative from the sheriff's department and a politician the category of entertainment. You knew with a politician, as they said earlier, it wouldn't be a short subject.
We've talked enough.
To the serious side, because there's some anxious people out there. Tonight, we are to give the nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Entertainment Programming by a Community Producer. And those nominees are Irresistible Impulse, producer Steve Schutz. Neighborhood Movie Watch, excuse me, producers Steve Schutz, Lisette Schutz, John Christensen, and David Childress. And Focus 52, producer David Childress.
You read that pretty good.
No, I really didn't.
You knew that when I gave you a gun to the cops, they'd ask me what you said, and if I wasn't your lawyer, then I'd have to tell them. I'm not that smart, Bo. I'm afraid you sure as hell are. So what did you tell them? That I'm your lawyer.
Over to me. Dead of Winter is virtually a movie about killing Mary Steenburgen. I like the movie. I enjoy seeing Miss Steenburgen expire. Mary plays several characters in the movie and dies in a plethora of delightful ways.
Little Jimmy wrote to the makers of those cute dolls, the Pound Puppies, asking how they managed to make them so soft and furry. The company invited Jimmy to see for himself at their Washington facility. Well, much to Jimmy's chagrin, he learned that the puppies were really from the pound and had simply been injected with formaldehyde.
Well, the bewitching minute is here. And the winner is Neighborhood Movie Watch. Producers Pete Schultz, Lisette Schultz, John Christensen, and David Childress.
I don't want to talk. I'm too nervous. David, he's eloquent.
There's always a loudmouth.
I'd just like to say thanks to everybody in public access. Like they've said before this evening, it's really a group effort, and without all the help of all the wonderful people who've been involved in the show, we wouldn't get this award. Thank you.
Well, I want to express my thanks to all the people that worked on the crew. It's, well, you know, it's a tough job. And I'd especially like to thank Mr. Green for not suing me for all those terrible things I said about him on Focus 52. I hope he doesn't watch the shows.
I'll be sure to watch it. That was the first envelope. You had that. Now, would you give me mine, please? Where's the other envelope? Oh, I guess, wait a minute, I got it here in my pocket. All right.
Where's Don? See, look at Don back. Don's, he just don't lose the envelopes.
He said, don't lose these envelopes, and we almost did, Don.
You're welcome.
You know, you really can't trust a cop and a politician.
It's true.
And the nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Entertainment Programming for the media professionals are Cab Calloway in concert, producer Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services, studio singers in concert and close-up, producer Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services, and CSULB in performance, producer Matt Kaplan for University Television Services of California, State University, Long Beach.
Hey folks, I'm going down to St. James in Glamour. See my baby there. You under my skin.
And I like you under my skin.
Entertainment programming. The winner is studio singers in concert and close-up, producer Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services.
Okay. Let's thank some people here. I want to thank our media services crew that we have at Long Beach City College. Real quickly, I want to start with our technical director, Jeff Williams, Leif Reich, John Doss, Barbara Lindsay, and of course our department head, Al Heywood, who you've heard his name mentioned once already tonight. On this particular show, I want to thank our editor, who did an excellent job, David Headwall, who's also in the audience today. This particular show means a lot to us. We worked very hard on Cab Calloway, the first entry you saw, and we really enjoyed putting that one together. But this show here really showed what it takes to put a group like that together at Long Beach City College. Most people go to a performance and they see a group of students perform like that and they think, hey, that's really neat, you know, they walk out and they have no idea how much work goes into that. And what you didn't see on those clips were all the interviews with the students and with the directors and all the people that were involved in putting it all together, to really show all the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to put that together. It was a very, it was an incredible show. I really enjoyed putting it together, and it was really emotional. I just want to thank, again, the judges for nominating that one. It was a good one. Thank you very much.
I notice we've had a couple of repeat winners tonight. That's something to be proud of. And you know what that means? Producers, as they're heading down the stairs now, we can embarrass them. Nah, he's ducking. Now that you have 2 Woody Awards, you have bookends. Okay. Religious programming has been a very important part of the Lakewood cable system since it began. And tonight I'm told the winner must promise, not only in addition to the Woody Award, he must or she must promise to go fully clothed down the water slide at Heritage USA. Would you please join me in welcoming the Reverend John Bonner. He is pastor of Christ Presbyterian Church in Lakewood.
It's always enjoyable to be included and involved and caught up in the exhilarating activities of the City of Lakewood. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Religious Programming by Community Producer are Burden Sharers, Friday Night Blues, producers Bob and Sharon Marzullo, and HMEA, Bible Trivia Tournament, producer Dwayne Everts.
A little bit of entertainment, a little bit of romance, and a little bit of excitement. No matter how tired and how wore out you are, this little lady needs a little attention.
I want a boogie.
Yes, and fellas, we have to supply this if we're going to be the husband that God wants us to be.
I'm unsure. There are things in my way. You know that I'm secure. Your love will always stay the same.
And the winner in this category is HMEA Bible Trivia Tournament, producer Dwayne Everts.
That show probably deserves a little bit of explanation because you can't really tell from the clip what really is going on. I had a great deal of help producing a number of Christian-oriented music videos from a large number of friends I have in the music industry. And we took all these video clips that we made of these bands to Lake Silverwood at a church campout. And we had somebody play a hostess scene while we had a computer up in the woods in the campground, right? A computer with a Bible game, and we were showing music video clips a la like MTV type style, except for we had this Bible game going on the side. And everybody that participated in that had a chance to win a t-shirt, you know, and stuff. And it was a really good time. But the bottom line is this kind of programming took an awful lot of help from a variety of people that have been on various video shoots with me to compile together. And I want to thank all those that did support me and work with the programs, and all the bands that gave me permission to use their stuff, as well as Lakewood for being able to put together award ceremonies like this to recognize the efforts of Access producers. Thank you very much.
Okay, one of my favorites now, the next category, documentary and news programming. Community television is dedicated to the local view of community issues, and there is no better challenge for cable TV than to increase the quality of local news and information. We at Channel 4 are still trying to do that. To present the awards in this category, again, the Mayor of Lakewood, Mark Teitel, and Larry Allison, who is editor of the Long Beach Press-Telegram. Please welcome them.
Any funny stories, Mr. Mayor?
Well, no. However, since you are the editor of the Press Telegram, I figured I might take this opportunity to get back, even.
Nothing funny about that. Shall we go on?
Read the names.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Documentary and News Programming by a Community Producer are Focus 52, producer David Childress; Fostering Tomorrow's Future, producers Pete and Lizette Schutz; and A Place Called Home, producer Doris Diaz.
I had great seats for the concert. I know what I'm talking about. You played it. My guitar.
I'm sorry about that, John. I was practicing earlier today, and well, things got out of hand. And what can I say? We'll get.
If there are no relatives available, then, or they don't clear on the checks, then we will check out foster home placements. And if there are no foster homes for that particular age of child, then as a last resort, we'll use McLaren Children's Center.
You know, one question arises at this point. Should these people be subjected to such trying conditions? The answer is no. For one must realize that even in the places with the lowest rent, proper housing standards must be kept.
You know, they must have great respect for a newspaperman and a politician. They told us to wait till the lights come back on before you read the names. I'm not sure how you read them when the lights are off. And the winner is, maybe, the winner is Fostering Tomorrow's Future, producers Pete and Louise Schutz.
Well, I have to thank Pete. He worked on this 15-minute documentary for 8 hours editing it, and then I have to thank Jennifer Davis for putting up with him being there for the 15 hours. And I just want to thank Lakewood for having this, giving us this opportunity to express ourselves. And I guess that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the nominees for achievement for the documentary news programming by the media professionals, which are Journal 31, producer Linda Price for the City of Lakewood; 1987 LBCC Mini Grand Prix segment for NCTV, producers Barbara Lindsay, Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services Group; and 1986 annual report, producer Robert Kelly for the City of Lakewood. And the clips.
Congressional approval of the federal highway bill last month did more than raise the speed limit on rural highways. Passage of the bill makes more than $200,000 available to Lakewood annually for improving our major streets. Funding for the new federal bill comes entirely from the federal 8-cent-a-gallon gas tax.
I think this first 360 right here.
Yeah, the first 360 and the first changeoff.
First changeover. But we've been working on it all the last couple of weeks. We've got an excellent design car here.
You guys are just about ready to go into your first heat.
Okay, man.
There we go. All right, let's go.
Public safety was a top city priority in 1986. One of the biggest threats to public safety has been the growing use of illegal drugs. America's drug abuse problem has been labeled an epidemic by the national media, and the impact has been felt here in Lakewood.
And now the winner. The winner is 1987 Long Beach City College Mini Grand Prix, segment for NCTV. Producers Barbara Lindsay and Stephen Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services.
Okay. One thing I would like to say right off the bat, the three of us here were only part of the people that did this.
It was really, truly a combined effort of media services staff as well as students in the special projects class. We had a lot of really talented people working on it. We had a lot of fun, and that was the most important thing. Thank you.
But you never told us who won the Grand Prix. Kept us in suspense on that one. And now we have sports programming. That reflects a major interest of this community in Lakewood. You will find everything from college games to sports instruction on community television. And I am told that, again, the winner tonight will not be featured on Fred Rogan's Hall of Shame. Believe me, that is an award in itself. Will you join me now in welcoming Cable Television Commissioner Kirk Reel and Guy Weeks, who is representing tonight Assemblyman Paul Zeltner.
I don't think I'm doing this alone. Now, here comes Guy.
Just some last-minute changes here.
Oh, fine.
Kirk, I understand we get to hear one of your great jokes.
Actually, I was really quite specifically directed not to tell one of my jokes tonight, that this is a family program. There is only one entry in the sports programming category by a community producer. However, it was an outstanding one, and the judges felt that the program deserves to be recognized. So first, let's watch a clip of exploring scuba diving, and then we'll invite the producers down.
This is the regulator. It happens to be a two-stage regulator. It steps it down from the air inside the tank, which is rated at 1,850 pounds per square inch for steel 38s, and brings it down to through this stage here, down to the second stage, which you breathe of, and this is the air that you breathe.
Exploring Scuba Diving was produced by Bob Kelly, Lillian Kelly, Dan Uesari, Nikola Stoyanovich, Cynthia Russell, Gina Stonomanich, Mike Mumm, Bob Vanderwert, Gary Hyman, Michael Russell, and Laura Helmig. Can please come forward, please. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
This lady does a lot of work on this stuff, and she makes all of us look good. She made us look good with her editing, and a few other people who we haven't been able to find them. Rick back there running camera. Okay,
and to Jennifer, who told me I could do it.
They're great at Public Access. I really love this place. With just people like you, and we put it together, and it was amazing how everybody just worked, and I appreciate it very much.
Boy, what a mouthful of names I just had. Where's Paul when I need him? Usually when we're precinct walking and we're going up to the door of Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, Paul's the one that always gets the names correctly, and I never do. And then first thing I get here is a mouthful of names. I got some other ones here, too. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for Sports Programming by a Media Professional are Sports Connection, producer Horace Rudolph for the City of Lakewood, 1987 Long Beach Community College Mini Grand Prix, producer Leif Reich and Steve Clayton for Long Beach City College Media Services, High School Game of the Week, producer Horace Rudolph for the City of Lakewood.
My biggest goal, what would be really nice, is to get all 10s. You know, I wouldn't complain during a meet or something, but I'd really like to get, I've gotten a 9 on beam so far. I'd like to get more 9s, more up there. You know, I usually get all in the 8s, and I'd like a lot better to get in the 9s. I wouldn't complain.
I'm John Mansell. To my left, Claudia Freitas. We're into the semifinals. Men's division, JX1 against JX2, an inter-club rivalry.
JX1 has the PVC car, and it seems to be a little bit lighter and maybe faster. Oh, good switch.
Takes the ball out of bounds to Edwards. 28 seconds left. The ball stolen by Camper. Camper reverse layup.
And the winner in the category for sports programming by a media professional, the winner is Sports Connection, produced by Horace Rudolph for the City of Lakewood.
Wow. I guess now, since I won this, I guess I can go to Disneyland now. So. It's so many people, you know, work behind the scenes that, you know, to make this show possible, and I'd just like to thank them. And from all of us to all of you, thank you very much, and hopefully the best is yet to come. Thank you.
I still want to know who won the Grand Prix. We only got halfway through that race. Series programming now. They tell me that, and I do know it for a fact, represents the greatest investment in time and effort of any of the community television programming here tonight. The hours are longer, and so the commitment is that much greater. And I know that you probably spent a lot more money on coffee and donuts, knowing the hours that you put in. To present the awards in this category, please welcome Fire Chief Richard Meyer, and also Mike Kerr. He's the administrator of Doctors Hospital of Lakewood.
Good evening. Hi, thank you for having us here. Mike and I were just talking outside. This is both of our first exposure to the Woody Awards, and we've been pleasantly surprised with the quality of the programs we've seen here tonight from the clips. And so I'd like to congratulate all of you first. And now for the first category, the nominees for Outstanding Achievement for a Series Program by a Community Producer are Issues and Ideas, Myths and Realities, producers, Instructional Media Services at Cerritos Community College, and Neighborhood Movie Watch, producers Pete Schutz, Lizette Schutz, John Christensen, and David Childress.
AIDS stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome, and we know that AIDS is caused by a virus, and the name of that virus is called HIV. And in some people, the virus destroys their immune system to such an extent that they can no longer fight off the germs that are around them every day.
Now for the time we've all waited for. Uh-oh. This one's empty. No, I just wanted to give someone a heart attack, too. They told us not to do that to anyone, but I thought I couldn't pass up the chance to do that. I just have to get it out of the envelope. Well, earlier a comment was made about bookends. Now it's getting to be a bookcase. The winner is Neighborhood Movie Watch, producers Pete Schutz, Lizette Schutz, John Christensen, and David Childress.
Wanda would say, wow, this is great. Thank you for everybody's patience. Again, especially Jennifer is with us. We have to stress, really, Jennifer. She's really patient with us. And Teresa, of course, she's really been a help. And Steve Schwartz, the engineer, he's also been a great help to us.
One of our key stars, too.
Yes, key stars. And
Go ahead, John.
The key word for today is far out. And I'd just like to thank Dave Childress for making it a challenge every month to come up to material to match his.
I really appreciate this, and I want to apologize to the chief about that quality issue. I guess you spoke a little too soon on that, but we'll try to do better in the future. Thank you.
While we were sitting down in our seats, Dick leans over to me and he says, "Do you have a joke?" I says, "I haven't had one come to me yet." And he says, Oh, I have some, but I sure can't present them here. But if any of you are interested, I'm sure he would afterwards. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for a series program by a media professional are Lakewood Living Magazine, Air Safety, Horace Rudolph for the City of Lakewood. Read Me a Story, producer Linda Price for the City of Lakewood. City Alive, producer Dave Kelly for the University Television Services, California State University, Long Beach.
Air safety has long been a concern of Lakewood residents and city officials. With last year's tragic Aeromexico jetliner crash in Cerritos, we witnessed firsthand the destruction that can result when safety measures fail to prevent air accidents.
What other kinds of homes are there?
Oh, there's all different kinds of houses. And over on the storybook stage, there's a story about some pigs building houses.
What kinds of houses?
Well, listen carefully, and I will tell you the story of the 3 pigs.
Stand by. The Skinny House is bordered closely on the south side by an Italian restaurant. What is the name of this restaurant on 7th Street? Is it Mama Lacona's? C-S-U-O-B.
Gondola.
Correct, for 10 points.
And the winner is Read Me a Story, producer Linda Price for the City of Lakewood.
I always give it to her. Thank you very much. As everybody said, it is a team effort. I have to thank my boss for the assignment, Koshka for the vision, and everyone. Elise contributed music and voices, and Jennifer contributed voices. Marion contributed, and Teresa contributed on sets, and we all tore our hair out and wondered if the show was going to come together, and it came together.
And I told Linda we should have had Dito here tonight with a bow tie. I mean, I missed the guy because he was a big part of the show. And as I go around to kindergartens and do little story times. And last year, one kid, right when I got in there's 80 kindergartners, and one kid raised his hand and he stood up and he said, "Is Dito for real?" And, you know, I mean, when you have 80 little children looking at you, you know, I thought, I can't break the illusion. So I said, the spirit of Dito's real. And right now he's working on his Dito's holiday poem, and I went right into that. But Dito was a part of this and the magic that we were able to create, and I think I'm really proud of it because I see that it worked. A lot of the things we chose to do worked. And I want to thank Elise Sundquist for being a part of the team. She was always in the box. You never saw her, but she was behind Dito, and I loved having the partnership of Linda and the freedom that the city gave us to be creative in this area, and I think we accomplished that. I'm real proud of this. Thank you, everyone.
Does that mean you do Dito impressions for us later, Elise? Of course. Right outside, folks, after the ceremony here. The Woody Award judges have made 4 additional awards. Now, 2 of these are for the Judges Award of Excellence and then 2 honoring the best programs of 1987. These are award-winning programs which, in the judges' opinion, define the best in community television here in Lakewood. Now, to present the Judges Award of Excellence for community producers and media professionals, again, the mayor, Mark Teitel, and Jim Lynch of Jones Intercable.
Jim, before we get started tonight, as the beloved and charismatic leader of the city, and that's not a joke, it's not so bad that the citizens laugh, but the staff laugh too. It is my solemn duty to break some bad news. Through some sort of an error in counting, there were not enough trophies. And so we don't have trophies for this category. Instead, the winner will have to take Miss Lakewood home. So, I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes.
That was good.
You like that? You're not the winner, though. Moving
just
right
found
along.
the trophies.
Yeah. Excellence is a Judge's Choice Award to a Lakewood community television producer for programming that makes an exceptional contribution to the Lakewood community. For outstanding contribution to the Lakewood community by a community producer, the Award of Excellence is presented to Confusion. Let's see a clip.
Just leave me alone. I need him. I need him.
Confusion is produced by Doris Diaz.
Thank you everyone to help me to do this program. Of course, I am again to Stanley and Mara Diaz too, and the team from Long Beach City College, from Mr. Heywood too. Thank you.
I see you found that trophy. We did run out of the other one, so the next winner gets to go out with the mayor. Okay, for outstanding contribution to the Lakewood community by a media professional, the Award of Excellence is presented to the 526 Show. See a clip.
5, 1, 3. Okay, I'm sorry, but it seems that we were set up with a division, and I think you caught that at the beginning. Well, let's see how you do with division then.
The 526 Show is produced by the Long Beach Unified School District for the Lakewood Educational Technology Consortium. And if you could come up, please.
I was hoping we were going to win another because I wrote lots of notes. No, I wanted to just, a couple of things I needed to say. First of all, I introduced Ron Harris as our director, but Ron was more than a director. He was a set designer. He was, he ruined my glue gun. He was a lighting expert. There were many nights till 10 and 11 o'clock when we were conceiving the project that Ron and I and a couple of the other administrators stayed working and gathering our ideas for the show and how we were going to put it together so that it was a real learning program for the children of the community. There were also some major corporations and companies that donated over $30,000 worth of equipment for us to use in this show that made it technologically the most advanced homework show we feel in the country. And they were the Chiron Corporation, Fairlight Instruments, Apple Computer loaned us 2 complete Apple setups, and Avid Electronics of our own community. And also for Miss Polynomial and Miss Problem Solver. And Mike, we couldn't have done it without you pushing us. Thank you.
Speaking to all the boards and putting up with all of us. And I have to say this, I'm sorry. Due to budget cuts in education, I have been spending my life raising funds lately. So if any of you are interested in giving to a really good show, see me after the show.
We have one final award tonight, and that is what I perceive to be the Oscar equivalent of the Best Picture. But here we call it the Best Program for community and professional producers. Wait a minute. right to read the envelope over there. The best award tonight for a best program by a community producer. The winner, then the clip? Too late. The winner tonight, Neighborhood Movie Watch. I'll announce the producers afterwards. It looked like our limo will ride over here tonight. Producer Pete Schultz, Lizette Schultz, John Christensen, and David Hildreth. I hope that isn't the same limo we came in tonight.
No, thank you.
I guess I'll go first. I didn't get a chance to really thank everybody who helped us out. We had so many people. I don't want to list everybody. It'd be here for an hour. I really do want to thank you. Everybody just, it was a very pleasant experience, the whole thing. And we're going to do more and more and more and more and more. Thank you.
Thanks again. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Public Access. All you guys are great. We've just had wonderful opportunities here to work on this stuff. Thanks again.
All I'd like to say is, where's Senator Joe Biden when you need a speech, you know?
I'm not going to touch that one. Mm-mm. The award for best program now by a media professional. Price Waterhouse do these? They're sealed and everything. It's impressive. Read me a story.
Little pig, let me come in.
No, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. But the first pig slipped out the back and ran to his brothers in the little straw shack.
Linda Price for the City of Lakewood. I think I know who the pig was.
Oh, well, this is great, and we all have an opportunity to share ideas and make a difference in our own little ways, and I'm really proud because I think I contributed for the little children, you know, and they deserve good programming, so let's continue on. Here you go.
Thank you. This is a real wonderful surprise. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is going to conclude the Woody Awards, the second annual. I think everyone deserves a round of applause, and I must say I, like many of the presenters, am very impressed with the quality of what was here. And you can tell, I think, yourselves by seeing some of what everyone else is doing that next time around there'll be just as much applause as there was tonight. Congratulations, everyone.